Margie, you've learned to do things with an egg that even a chicken would be proud of. That dish was marvelous. What was it?
Eggs Manhattan. It's Harold's favorite recipe.
Harold? I thought the only freeloader we had around here was Freddie Wilson.
Harold is not a freeloader, Dad. He's the man I'm going to marry.
Oh, well, as long as he's not just a... Marry?
Now, don't pop your blood vessels, Dad. You're not just losing a cook. You're gaining a man who can help buy the groceries. Harold Claremore is not just famous. He's rich.
Claremore? You mean the Broadway actor, the matinee idol?
Out of all the girls who are crazy mad for him, Harold picked me as his ideal.
How long have you known this man?
Oh, I haven't met him yet.
Haven't met him yet? Oh, I catch. Another one of your big crushes. Well, you sure picked a dilly this time, baby. Harold Claremore has half the unattached females in New York waiting outside the stage door.
Not me. It wasn't necessary. Our souls touched hands, and that was it.
Margie, you never cease to amaze me. You never met the man, yet you say your souls touched hands. Dig that crazy radar.
Just a minute, Chuckles. Take a look at this. He lists all the specifications of the girl he wants to marry, and I fit every one. Look at him. 5'4". That's me. Green eyes. That's me. Warm, loving disposition. Fond of fun and sports.
It also says he's fond of onion sandwiches, and you hate onions.
Oh, so I'll learn to love them. A wife has to make some sacrifices.
A wife? Oh, Margie, don't be ridiculous. This is just a publicity gag for his new play that's now in rehearsal. How naive can you get?
Oh, so I'm naive to think that I possess the qualities a man like Harold Claremore is looking for, eh?
I didn't say that.
You did, too.
I did not. I merely said that it was a publicity gag, and if any girls are stupid enough to fall for it, they won't even let them in the stage door.
I'll bet I can get in to see him.
Ha! Go ahead, try and get in and see him. It'll do you good to get thrown out on your injured pride.
Oh.
Where are you going? To shop for your trousseau?
You'll be laughing out of the other side of your charge account, Father dear. I am going to buy a Paris original in the new heliotrope shade. That's Harold's favorite.
Oh, it'll be worth it to see you get your comeuppance.
Morning, Mr. Albright. Hi, Margie. All ready for our date, I see.
Oh, I'm sorry, Freddie, but I guess this is goodbye.
Goodbye? We haven't even said hello yet.
No, I mean goodbye for good. Oh, it's been grand knowing you, Freddie, but, well, I guess it was just one of those things. Be happy.
What's with her? I got a sneaky feeling I've been brushed off like loose dandruff.
You have, boy. You have. This is a wonderful day.
So you finally managed to poison Margie's mind against me.
No, Freddie, you're just a weed in the garden of love, and you've been yanked. Margie just found out that she's the dream girl of Harold Claremore, so you're dead, boy. You're dead.
Harold Claremore?
Why, sure. You want to read your obituary?
What kind of a father are you, laughing while your only child is on her way to misery and heartbreak?
Oh, knock it off, Freddie. That's just a publicity gag. Harold Claremore wouldn't give Margie a second glance.
Look, Mr. Albright, men fall for Margie even when she doesn't want them to. But think what'll happen when she's calling the signals. He doesn't have a chance, and you know it.
She does sort of bowl him over now that you mention it.
And he's an actor, and you know what that means. Actors make their living breaking women's hearts. Why, he's even have to marry Margie just to get your money.
You think so? Oh, no, you're just imagining things.
Well, you better start imagining things before it's too late. He holds a fiendish power over women. He'll break her heart, then toss her aside, then on to his next victim, and the next.
You're right, Freddie. A cad like that would stop at nothing. I can see it now. On their wedding night, this fiend starts breaking her heart. He leaves her to flit from flower to flower. Her poor heart aching.
daughter. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to shoot my little baby. It wasn't your fault. It was an accident. Well, I'm not going to let it happen as long as I have the chance to prevent it. What are you going to do, shoot Claremore?
No, you idiot. I'm going to prevent this tragedy happening to Margie at any cost.
You swine. You miserable swine.
You swine. You miserable swine. You published this disgusting article just to fry me, didn't you?
Not at all, Lynn, my love. It was Danny's idea. He's my publicity agent.
Well, if you had any talent, you wouldn't need a publicity agent. I'm co-starring in this play, and I don't need one.
Well, you're so much older. Your talent has had more time to ripen. Now, Lynn, darling, I realize you're jealous of other women, even imaginary. So why don't you marry me to get me out of circulation?
Marry you? Huh. Stop trying to be a character out of Noel Coward. I have a career, and it isn't cooking cabbage for a two-bit ham.
Maybe we went too far with this dream girl idea, huh?
Don't you believe it, Danny? She really flipped, didn't she? Ah, that proves she loves me.
Yeah, I know she loves you, but you know how she feels about marriage ruining her career?
She'll get over it before I'm through.
No, I hope so.
Say, do you think any dream girls will show up as a result of that article?
Show up? Of course they will. You know what a dame following you've got.
All I need is one. One that meets the specifications, that is. Lynn will be so jealous she'll marry me, career or no career. You know, after all, the Lunts do pretty well.
Yeah, well, good luck. Just don't do anything rash before this play opens, huh?
Come in, darling.
Oh, you swine. You're not going to ruin my daughter's life. Your daughter? Now, what about those two little kids selling flowers in the alley?
What the devil are you talking about? No crackpot's going to come in here and give me trouble. Now get out of here before I toss you out.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Claremore. I guess I forgot myself. I came to see you about that Dream Girl article.
Well, what about it? You hardly meet the specifications.
I know, but my daughter Margie thinks she does, and she's coming here to see you. Oh, Mr. Claremore, you've got to help me.
Excuse me, I'd like to see Mr. Claremore.
Sorry, sister. Show's all cast.
Oh, I'm not an actress. I'm Mr. Claremore's dream girl. Well, at least I meet all the specifications.
Ah, nice specifications, too.
Do you think he'll see me? Just for a minute.
Why not? In the mood he's in at the moment, he'll not only see you, he'll probably put your name in the paper. What do they call you besides beautiful?
Well, my name is Evelyn Lovequist.
Lovequist? Well, figures. Let me finish going through this mail, and I'll take you to him. Lovey.
Don't worry about a thing, Mr. Albright. I'll give Margie the fastest brush she ever got in her young life.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Claremore. You don't know what a relief this is.
Oh, Mr. Claremore, the answer to your prayers. This is your dream girl, Miss Evelyn Lovequist.
Well, how do you do? What a charming surprise. I had no idea my article would bring such perfect results so soon. Come in. Sit down, my dear. Tell me all about yourself.
Well, after I read your specifications and discovered I exactly fit them, well, naturally I wanted to see the man who could describe me so perfectly without seeing me, so, well, thanks a lot for seeing me. I'd better go now.
No. No, you mustn't go just when I've found you. Let me touch you. There. It happened.
What happened?
The bells, they rang in my heart at the touch of your hand. Oh, Lynn, dear, I didn't hear you come in. She walks like a cat, among other things. This is my dream girl, Miss Evelyn Lovequist.
Lovequist?
So you're Harold's dream. What have you been eating before going to bed, darling? Lobster and chili?
Evelyn, this delightful creature with the impish sense of humor, is my co-star, Miss Lynn Loring.
Oh, Miss Loring, this is a thrill. I've heard so much about your fabulous career in the theater.
From your grandmother, no doubt?
Harold, Angel, it's almost time for rehearsal. Why don't you let Miss Lundquist help you pick out a toupee? He has a fabulous collection. One to suit every mood. Pick out a gay one, dear.
Well, if it's time for rehearsal, I'd better be running along.
But I must see you tonight, my beloved. Shall we have supper together?
Well,
Oh, you must let him take you dancing, dear. Harold does a sensational mambo, especially when he's trying to break in a new corset.
Don't mind Miss Loring. At midnight, she turns into a pumpkin. Meet me at the Blue Lagoon, then, with all those stars in your eyes.
All right, Mr. Claremore, I'll be there. Oh, and you'll be careful riding home tonight, won't you?
Careful? What do you mean?
You might hurt yourself falling off that broomstick. The Blue Lagoon.
And Claremore promised to brush Margie off if she showed up?
Gave me his word. Now, remember, don't spill the beans to Margie. I don't want her to know that I crabbed her act.
Oh. Well, where are you going?
Oh, I'm off to the Blue Lagoon. I have a date with Harold Claremore.
A date with... Well, you can't have. Your father
Oh,
said...
shut up, you mushhead. I mean, can't you see that she's just doing this to needle us?
Yeah, why don't you admit he brushed you off?
Don't be ridiculous. Now, I really must be going. I'll be late.
I don't believe you.
No? Then why not drop in and see for yourself? Oh, but please stay at a distance. I wouldn't want Harold to know I have a stuffy father and a square ex-boyfriend hanging around. What's this you ordered, Harold?
Why, you ought to know, darling. It's your favorite, isn't it? Open-face onion sandwiches.
Oh, yes, yes. I recognize the smell, but I couldn't place the open face.
That dirty double-crosser. He swore that he wouldn't even let Margie get in to see him.
You can't trust a cad like that. I told you this would happen. I told you.
Look at that big ham. Who does he think he's kidding?
Margie's crying. He started breaking her heart already. Oh, just as I imagined it. Flirting with another woman while my poor baby cries her heart out.
Look, Lynn, he's not kidding. The minute that girl walked into his life, bells started ringing, he said.
Here. Use this. Excuse me a moment, will you please?
Well, what's the matter with your dream girl? Step on her toes while you were doing your middle-aged mambo?
Lynn, girl, you know how it is with women. I can't help it if I'm a heartbreaker, can I? Shall we dance?
Look at that. He's broken Margie's heart, and now he's walking out on her for another woman. Well, he's not going to get away with it.
Why don't you be a nice boy and stop this dream girl nonsense?
Lynn, darling, this is not nonsense. She rang the bells in my heart the first moment I saw her.
So you double-crossed me, eh?
You swine.
Oh, look at my daughter, sobbing her eyes out for a cad like you.
Oh, no, that's not your daughter. That's a girl called Evelyn Lovequist.
That's enough dialogue, mister. Go ahead, sock him.
Mr. Claremore, why did you do it?
He was trying to come between us, darling, but he can't break us up. Our love is too big for any one man or woman.
And that means you too, Buster.
But, Lynn, you can't walk out on the show now. We're going to open in 2 weeks.
Well, then open without me. I'm packing.
Look, honey, you're getting all worked up over nothing.
You call that sickening display nothing? You call fluffing me off for that calf-eyed girl nothing?
But it's all a gag, honest. Look, will you stay if I turn Benedict Arnold and blow the whistle on Harold?
Could be.
Well, I hate to do this, but I got a stake in this show, too. Look, here are the gruesome details. That's what happened and why it happened. So help me, Harold.
Well, all I can say is I'm sorry I had a part in it, Miss Loring. I was only trying to show Daddy can't bluff me. It was a challenge, and I'm an eager kid with a challenge. But I really didn't mean to go so far.
All is forgiven, Margie. That is, if you're willing to go just a little bit farther.
What do you mean?
Well, from where I sit, it looks like the men in our lives have a little lesson to learn. And the more unpleasant, the better. Both your father and my dream boy.
You got a good, exciting, for instance?
The best. You know, when I saw your father last night, the bells started ringing in my heart. Dig me?
Well, I hope you and Margie know what you're doing.
Look, I know what I'm doing, darling. I'm giving the performance of my life tonight.
Curtain going up, Miss Loring, and the stage is all set, with Dad and Harold playing the parts of two chums out on the terrace.
Well, it looks like Father bought your story, huh?
I convinced him it's true love betwixt handsome Harold and me, and now he's in a bind. He always said he'd never stand in the way of true love.
Looks like the boys are all set up for the kill, huh, Margie? Shall we give it a go?
Oh, Harold, Dad, come and meet our guests. This is Miss Loring, the lovely lady you caught a glimpse of last night, just before the lights went out.
Oh, that was just a misunderstanding. I must say you're worthy of a much longer look.
Well, listen to the man. He says all the right things. I'm delighted to meet you, Mr. Albright. You know, I'm beginning to believe that Margie and I have a great deal in common.
This is a bit of a surprise, Lynn. I suppose you've come to drop a few flies in the ointment for Margie and me.
Why, Harold, how could you say such a thing? After all, I think I know true love when I see it. Besides, Danny told me all about Margie, how she rang the bells in your heart. No, I'm here for two reasons. First, congratulations, Harold.
And the other?
I wanted to meet this perfectly devastating man. You simply must show me the view from the terrace, Mr. Albright. I'm sure as we get to know one another better, we're going to share a lot of the same views.
Don't you want to take in the view?
I am. I think you're the handsomest man I've ever seen.
Oh, well, now, I'm sure that you can remember someone handsomer than I am if you think hard.
Mr. Albright, as you probably know, we of the theater are creatures of impulse. And right now, I'm in the grips of an impulse that overwhelms me. I simply must know if you can make me hear them.
Hear what?
The bells in my heart. Then I will know. Good grief. That sounded like a 3-alarm fire. Did you hear them, darling?
Well, I...
Well, you will. Well?
There is a sort of buzzing.
What are they doing out there?
Why, what do you mean?
Give you a hint. Your dad's a man and Lynn is all woman.
Well, isn't that the way nature planned it?
That time was more of a boing.
If the question's not too academic, what's the big idea?
Oh, nothing, old boy. We were just listening for the bells.
And we heard them, didn't we, darling? Like Big Ben out of control. Congratulate me, Harold. I've found him. He makes the bells in my heart ring.
I'll see here, Lynn. That's my line. Ad-lib your own dialogue.
Well, surely you don't begrudge me a little happiness, now that you've found yours.
Oh, why, of course not, Lynn.
Isn't this wonderful, Harold? This is what I've always dreamed of. Let's not waste a minute. Let's do it right now.
Do what?
Elope. The 4 of us, a double wedding.
Oh, my darling, this is so sudden.
Why, of course, Margie, darling. If that's what you want, we'll elope.
Oh, I need a little drink to sort of help celebrate. Come on, Harold. Oh, Harold, you got to get me out of this. I don't want to get married.
Take it easy. Keep your shirt on. there's something phony going on here. Start talking rat.
Lynn's wise, isn't she? She knows I'm not serious about Margie, doesn't she?
But I had to tell her, Harold, she was going to walk out on the show.
What do you mean you're not serious about Margie? You're double-crossing me again.
Stow the dramatics. Margie isn't serious about me either. She knows Lynn's the one I'm in love with.
Lynn?
Sure, this whole dream girl bit was cooked up just to make her jealous enough to marry Harold.
But what about those bells?
Never mind. All right, you and I are going to give these ladies an evening to remember. We're going to elope as per Margie's suggestion.
Oh, no, not me, brother.
Yes, you. Margie started this whole madhouse in the first place. And if you flake out on me now, I'll tell her how you tried to frame her.
Oh, but...
Look, you're not taking any risk. Lynn will crack when the chips are down. I guarantee it.
I guess the men folk are having a pretty big panic session in there. When should we let them off the hook?
Oh, let's let them try and weasel out for a while. Then when they're at the crawling stage.
Well, ladies, all ready for the takeoff?
Ah, those bells are sure ringing tonight.
Come on, Margie, darling, let's go.
You mean alone?
What else?
Oh, but we can't go now. Don't we have to have licenses and stuff like that?
Nope, I'm driving our little party to Bowling Green and a justice of the peace. We'll soon be a happy bunch of in-laws.
Let me see now. I ain't never yet performed no double or nothing weddings. This brings up a legal problem.
Oh, it must be legal or we don't want it.
Well, let me see now. The question is, in a case of this kind, now with two couples, do I read the same ceremony twice, or I read it just once? That is loud enough so all of you can hear it.
Oh, we don't want to break the law. Maybe we better come back tomorrow.
Well, looks like he's running out on you.
Oh, no, he's not. We're going through with it. Perhaps you're the one who's looking for the loophole in the law. Hmm?
Who, me? This is the moment I've been waiting for.
Well, I guess it'll work out this way. This being a civil ceremony performed by a duly sworn justice of the peace of this county and state, will you signify your intent by the following?
Do you, Lynn, think this whole thing is ridiculous and Harold is making a fool of himself?
I do.
And do you, Harold, think this woman is the stubbornest cuss you ever saw?
I certainly do.
Then I now pronounce you man and wife. Go on, boy, kiss the bride.